Well, it's about 6 a.m. You can see I got my long pants on. Probably wondering why. It's because of where we plan on going today, or this morning. We're going to Indian Tunnel, a huge lava tube. So stay tuned, we're on another adventure. Okay, we left our campsite and we're on our way to Indian Tunnel, which is the main reason I came here. It's the biggest lava tube I've ever seen or been in all my travels. You could easily fit a 2-story house in this thing. It is massive. Good setting for a dinosaur movie, or maybe a space alien movie. The sun's finally coming over the crest. I'm out here early in the morning before the crowds show up. Since the loop road is a one-way, one-lane road, it's really nice to be able to pull off and read these items that explain what's going on out here in the lava fields. This is quite a vast and impressive landscape here. You can almost imagine a dinosaur walking over one of those hills. It's that primitive out here. Here we are in a section that has splatter cone lava. So we're going to climb up one of these things and check them out. We're going to take a walk out here to this splatter cone, see if we can look inside of it. Let's go. Ooh, that was a quick little steep climb, but it looks like you can look down into this thing. So let's take a look. Well, any of you out there that ever watched the classic movie Journey to the Center of the Earth, and I don't mean that crappy remake they made recently, but the one with James Mason in, the Jules Verne novel. Looking down into this, that's what it reminds me of. Take a peek. That goes down and down into darkness. Who knows how deep? Ooh. Man, that makes me dizzy almost looking down in there. Oh. Now let's walk down this and go over here and check this one out. But just look at this area. It hasn't changed for eons. All right, let's go exploring some more. This is a question we should all ask ourselves. Just think about that. Walking off trails may be destroying these splatter cones, which are some of the rarest volcanic features on the face of the earth. And here's some before and after pictures of how the cones have changed, with people all over them like ants compared to what they were. Now let's look down inside. Oh, now I see why they call them snow cones. Well, there's the splatter cones and the snow cones over there. And we'll look just as far as the eye can see. It's all lava and volcanic cones. And we're going to go up here. And that is not a flat trail up to this North Crater, they call it. Well, that's looking down the hill. And we're still not up at the top. Well, I think an amateur film student could easily make his own movie of Journey to the Center of the Earth. Here, looks like this crater collapsed in on itself, but it's pretty amazing. Some strange mineral colorization in the rock over there. But yeah, it's like you're on top of an ancient landscape, eons old, for as far as the eye can see. This is amazing. Oh, well, somewhere out in this vast lava field behind me are the lava tubes we're going in search of to explore. So this is fascinating. I've wanted to do this for a while. This lava tube is huge. You could put several two-story homes in this thing. It's enormous. Wait till you see it. Here we are walking out to the lava tubes to see what they're like. You can see without a path through this, you wouldn't be walking through this stuff. There are all shapes and sizes and figures of lava out here, from all kinds of smooth formations to kibbles, is what I call them. But they are sharp. Totally different than what you find in Hawaii. We have ripple formations here, and then kind of a smooth formation. Then it almost looks like it's being doubled or folded here. It's just an amazing array of shapes and forms. Here we have like it was folded on its side. Then there's a fissure there going back who knows how far and how deep. Let's see. We have a staircase going down before we start scrambling on the rocks. Then from here on, it's just scrambling through the cavern. But enormously, this thing was once filled with molten lava, flowing like molasses through the earth, popping out in fissures, adding land to the surrounding area. I'll have to get down here and take some pictures with me, just to give you some contents. There's also side tunnels, where it continues and where it shoots off. It's hard to explain how huge this lava tube is. There's a few people down there to give you some contents as to how huge this thing is. Well, this is the reason I came to the Craters of the Moon National Monument, is to explore this cavern. We are now down here on the bottom, and we're going to follow the tunnel back. There's a whole mess of kids coming, so it's going to be a little noisy on this video. I'm sorry. Pigeons everywhere. Man, this reminds me of so many sci-fi movies. It's nice and cool down here. This is amazing. I think I'll get my headlamp on. That's looking back to where we came. Well, I tell you, a camping headlight is the way to go. Water still dripping from the ceiling. But without a flashlight, it's kind of hard to see where you're going because this pathway is not level. It's very rough until you get back out into areas like this. Oh, wow. I was told this tunnel goes a long, long ways. And you have to do some scrambling. Like right up there into the next part of the tunnel. This is just fantastic. I feel like I'm Jules Verne going to the center of the earth. And that's looking back to the ladder stairway going down into this. But this is something just fascinating. If you like geology or earth history, this is a place to come. Ooh, now I gotta decide if I want to climb up that. Well, let's look for the Warren Path. See where that is. I better put my camera away so I get all hands available. Oh, looks like the kids are better at climbing than I am now at this age. This cave part here that collapsed, there's several lava tubes all coming together here. This goes up, looks like it shoots off into a Y. This must have been a main artery fed by several smaller lava tubes from the looks of it. This is amazing. Glad I did this time. There's people coming out of that lava tube way up there. This is why I came here. Okay. Well, I just learned that this tunnel goes all the way through, pops out to the surface, and then you follow markers all the way back to the main trail. So it sounds sort of like St. Helens, where you pop out of the ground after 2 miles following the tunnel, and then walk back on the ground to the parking lot. So I'm about at least halfway there or more, so I'm going to continue and pop out and walk back on the top. Whoa, well, to think this enormous lava tube was once filled with molten rock flowing out of the bowels of the earth is mind-boggling. There's so many different channels, like veins feeding this main artery. It just boggles the mind to think that something this huge was full of liquid rock flowing through the earth like blood through our arteries. It just makes you stop and think, you know. Well, it looks like the skylight is where we pop out of here and then walk back on the surface. But yeah, this is just amazing. If you come through Idaho to the Craters of the Moon, you have to explore Indian Tunnel. It is just mind-boggling. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little exploration, and I hope you'll come here sometime and explore it for yourself. Here we are at the end of the tunnel where it pops out up to the surface again. And here's where we pop out. Well, let's see what it looks like. Here's the hole we pop out of and head back along the top. So we crawl up out of here and see where we're at. Although there's paths that seem well worn through the tunnel, there's still a sufficient amount of scrambling and sure-footedness you need to get through it safely and to climb over all this very rugged territory. So now we're going to follow the signs back to the main path and on to our cars. But what a tunnel. What a fantastic thing. So, like Kate and I always say, we wish you happy trails and Woof woof.